No new taxes. On Tuesday, October 14th, the people of Oologah-Talala Public Schools will be asked to vote on a new bond issue that will improve our facilities campus-wide, add technology improvements to every age group, and add much-needed transportation vehicles for our students. This bond will not raise taxes. The many different project improvements will address safety and security, expansion, modernization, and will invest in a lot of our extracurricular activities such as athletics, music, agricultural education, among others.
My name is Brent Kellogg. I have had the opportunity to be the president of the school board for the last several years, and I'm a proud alum of Oologah-Talala Public Schools, class of '93, Go Mustangs. I think it's really important because public education in Oklahoma has changed, and we almost live in like a free market where people have a choice in education. And I think it's really important that Oologah-Talala Public Schools be competitive.
My name is Kendra Adkins, the Assistant Superintendent here at Oologah. This is my 18th year in the district. We spent a lot of time talking to teachers, talking to sponsors and coaches. We went to every single building and had meetings at each site to talk about the things that they felt like would make their classrooms the best for their kids. That's where our priority was.
At the high school, the improvements start on the exterior, where we will create two separate secure entries that serve the gym and auditorium versus the main high school. This will keep our instructional areas separated from our activity areas for security reasons. The main gymnasium will get an updated raised seating bleacher system that will be more comfortable and accessible for our fans while increasing the safety of our players by separating the seating from the court surface. The auditorium will be updated with new lighting, audiovisual equipment, seating improvements, and overall updating throughout. We will also address stormwater drainage problems that have plagued the back-of-house stage area for years. A new concession area will serve both the gym and the auditorium in their common lobby.
My name is David Wilkins. I'm superintendent here at Oologah-Talala Public Schools. This is starting my 5th year. We have our high school remodel, which the high school has been around for a long time. Auditorium remodel in there, getting new sound equipment, new lighting. The front foyer, getting an update to that. Our library media center, which is due for an upgrade. That and the commons area, kind of that whole area through the high school being redone.
I am a huge book lover, so I'm very excited about the renovations to the high school library media center, seeing what we can do for our kids who enjoy reading but also use that space for other things. We have a lot of students that take concurrent classes, so excited for them to be able to use it for study groups and things like that. I'm also very excited about the auditorium updates. That's a space that is amazing for our kids, but also for the community. And people use that for a lot of different things. So updated lights and sound, new curtains, just kind of a remodel. I'm excited for that too.
A roof replacement will be installed over a significant portion of the high school to fix persistent leaks that have increased through the years. In addition, we'll be getting new heating and air systems throughout our high school where needed. New furniture will be purchased that will better serve our students and their learning needs. We will be renovating some of our restrooms to ensure ADA accessibility while also updating them for cleanliness and efficiency.
It really is time for us to bring our high school up to comparable to what's going on in the area around us and even what our other buildings on campus look like.
The improvements at the middle school start with a new storm shelter that is connected to our main building. The storm shelter will serve all of the students and faculty in the middle school, but will also help to expand our music program, adding much needed space to our choir and band areas.
I think the project I'm the most excited about is the storm shelter at the middle school. Having been a principal in the upper elementary, I know that that is not ideal what we have right now for those kids having to leave that building in bad weather and cross over to get to the storm shelter. So I am really excited about them having their own on-site storm shelter for when they need to use it.
We have a very competitive jazz program, and our middle school jazz facility is being upgraded, which is much needed because we've just outgrown.
This is Mustang Football. Brought to you by Advanced Homes and by American Bus Sales. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Neely Insurance and Financial Services. Edwin Evers Pecans. Armstrong Bank. Texoma Tractor. Will Rogers Animal Hospital. And by RCB Bank. This is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show.
Dreaming of building It was 1824. Colonel Matthew Arbuckle of the U.S. 7th Infantry had a mission: push America's frontier westward and bring order to the land that was still wild, stand between clashing cultures. He established what was first known as Cantonment Gibson, on the eastern bank of the Grand River, just above where it meets the Arkansas River. And at that time, it was farther west than any other U.S. military post. The fort was named after George Gibson, Commissary General of the U.S. Army. The idea: a sentinel on the western edge of the Louisiana Purchase, a place to keep peace, to protect supply routes, mediate in clashes between tribes, settlers, and the federal government. Now, in those early years, Fort Gibson was more than a barracks and blockhouse. It was a crossroads, a place where Osage, Creek, and other tribes came into contact and sometimes conflict. The U.S. Army strove to act as peacemakers. Then the Indian Removal Act of 1830, as tribes from the eastern states were forced to leave their ancestral lands, many of them traveled towards the Indian Territory. Fort Gibson became a receiving station, a point of control, of negotiation, place of registration. Some called it one of the ends to the Trail of Tears. In those days, the fort was a starting point for expeditions into the frontier. Riders and explorers passed through. Washington Irving joined an expedition from Fort Gibson, later wrote about it in his Journeys, A Tour of the Prairies. By 1857, the pressure was mounting. The Cherokee Nation, uncomfortable with the vices and controls associated with the fort, urged the War Department to abandon it. And so it was. Fort Gibson was handed over to the Cherokees, who established a village on the grounds. But peace in that land was fleeting. Storm clouds of civil war swept across Indian Territory, and Fort Gibson was drawn back into military life. 1863, Colonel William A. Phillips and the Indian Home Guard reoccupied Fort Gibson, placing it under Union control. For a time, the fort was renamed Fort Blount in honor of General James G. Blount. Though Confederate forces never struck the fort directly, the battles were fought close by. The Battle of Honey Springs in July of 1863, just some miles to the south. One curious chapter: in 1864, Union steamboat carrying supplies to Fort Gibson, the J.R. Williams, attempted to ferry goods upriver. Confederate pressures were earnest, but the vessel tried to slip through. The engagement, sometimes dubbed Oklahoma's only naval battle, underlies how waterways and logistics mattered even on the frontier. With the war behind them, the fort stayed in U.S. hands for a time, but the frontier was shifting. In 1890, the Army permanently abandoned Fort Gibson. Yet the shadows of the fort lived on in a town that took its name. Around the turn of the century, folks moved parts of the town to higher ground, away from floods and mosquitoes. By 1907, Fort Gibson boasted a population of over 1,000 folks. Today, the old fort stands as a memory, reconstructed and preserved by the Oklahoma Historical Society. The Commandant's quarters, built between 1868 and 1870, still survive, stone, resolute, and a witness to the decades of change. The site is a National Historic Landmark. Nearby lies Fort Gibson National Cemetery, resting place for thousands of veterans and those who passed through the land's turbulent chapters. Fort Gibson claims to be the oldest town in Oklahoma, and indeed its roots run deep as the rivers, as tangled as the treaties, as powerful as the memories of struggle and survival. In the words of a famous legendary radio broadcaster, Paul Harvey, now you know the rest of the story.
Todd, you're probably old enough to remember the legendary Paul Harvey. Oh, yeah. And the rest of the story. Listen, we're on the road tonight in Fort Gibson. It's their homecoming, and I absolutely love the town of Fort Gibson. There's so many neat things here. I want to take a little bit before we get started tonight just to kind of share that story with you about Fort Gibson and all that goes on here. Guys, it's a beautiful night for Friday night football.
Absolutely. Absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that the sun is now behind the stands, that really helps us too.
You can see that the Mustangs have won the coin toss. And actually, so Fort Gibson will actually get the ball to start. We're going to take a really quick timeout, have our conversation with head coach Sam Noble, and we'll be back Mustang football right after this.
Welcome back to the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show. Time now for a conversation with head coach Sam Noble. Sam, you got a week off and kind of got to work on some things, maybe get some injured guys a little bit healthier. How'd that go for you?
It went pretty well. We kind of slowed things down, kind of fixed some things that we really needed to focus on the last few weeks. We had, like I said, we had some injuries and we got back pretty much almost full strength. Had a little sickness run through, so it's probably the best time to do it. So we should be ready to go.
All right, we play district game tonight. Opponent number one is Miami. That game's always really big for us. I feel like it's a lot of times between us and Miami turns into which one's going to make the playoff scene.
Yeah, it's kind of that same way too. I try to stress the boys like it's so important to go 1-0 in district. Start off hot. It's usually we either start with them and it goes either way, or it kind of comes down to win or go home for playoffs with them. So it's always been kind of a little bit of rivalry, you can say that way. So we're excited to play them. They're a tough team, coached well, so we got to go out next.
What are they going to try to do to us?
They're going to try to run the ball and take a shot deep. I mean, that's what they do. They don't really do dink and dunk you. They want to run, and take a shot at the top. So we got to stay in our lanes, keep our eyes the right way, and wrap up.
All right, we'll be back with more Advanced Home Tailgate Show right after
this. Dreaming of building your perfect home? At Advanced Homes, we're here to make that dream a reality. Whether you're looking for traditional building or want more control with Cost Plus Building, Brian and his team have you covered. Cost Plus Building puts you in control so you can better manage the cost of your new home.
Advanced Homes specializes in building on private property and is always available to answer your questions. Founded on a family tradition of excellence in construction, real estate, and land development, Advanced Homes is committed to quality workmanship, value, and Christian values.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style, working to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years of experience, Brian has an exceptional ability to take your ideas and turn them into blueprints that bring your dream home to life. Call Advanced Homes today at 918-855-6597.
Or visit us on Facebook and at advancedhbi.com.
We don't just build houses. We help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
Welcome back to the Advanced Home Tailgate Show. Brent Kellogg along with the rest of the Mustang crew. Todd, fun road trip tonight to Fort Gibson, and we're their homecoming. I think you use that as energy to kind of fire up your guys, right?
Yeah, because you generally want to schedule someone you think you can beat. So they think they can beat us, so we'll see how that goes.
Yep. All right, let's take a second while we are here to talk about our starters. Let's start real quick with the offensive line. At left tackle, Micah Chain, Alex Labos, center Lane Oliver, Aiden Gifford, and Terry Daughtry. Todd, quickly, these guys have to have a big night tonight.
They do, because Fort Gibson's got some big boys.
Wide receivers, Uriah Hooks, Aiden Gaines, Reed Barron, and Maddox DeVilbus. Actually tonight starting as our wide receivers. And then in the backfield, Sam Hogue. And then they've gone with freshman number 16, Brock Lustig. And expecting him, I'm just sitting here patting the quarterback coach on the shoulder. And he said Brock had some good days of practice this week. And expecting big things from him. Let's talk about the defensive side. On the defensive line, Tucker Rogers, Corbin Hayes, Cade Schick. The linebackers are Reed Barron, Alex Labaugh, Garen Dennis, and then Cade Evers in the secondary. And I expect these guys to have a really good night tonight. Sam Hogue, Maddox DeVilbus, Aiden Gaines, and Uriah Hooks. That's the starting lineup. Let's quickly kind of go in tonight. Todd, what do you think the Mustangs need to do? And let's talk about our keys to the game. The first key that I kind of had listed was just kind of stay off of the ice. Don't let this game get out of hand. Don't let things slip away from you. Play every down, regardless of the scoreboard. Stay focused on the play that's in front of you. Don't let it slip away from you.
Right. Yeah, and just do your job. That's all you need to do. Do your job.
Second thing I want to talk about is small things lead to good things. Be effective in your small game, small passing plays. The running game is really important tonight for what you want to do. And if you do small things well, it will open up the big play, because the Mustangs are going to need some big plays tonight in order to be effective.
Yeah, for sure, because they're going to run the ball hard, and so they're going to try to dominate the clock.
All right, let's talk about number 3, which is be all in, baby. Fort Gibson handed Wagner a big loss. They're going to be good. You need to play loose. You got nothing to lose. Don't let this moment be too big for you. Just let it all play out and play all in, baby.
Right, and when games like this, actually there's not as much pressure. because you're not expected, to do a whole lot. And so the guys can come in and play loose and be ready to roll.
Let's talk real quick about defense as the Mustangs are getting ready to kick it away. Play for your brother. You know what I'm saying? Play for the guy that's next to you. And really just kind of be a team. Let this form you into being a team tonight and play for your brother. Secondly, want to talk about let the deep ball work for you. They're going to want to throw it deep, and so I think tonight you have the opportunity for a coverage sack. You want to stop the run game, make them throw it deep, and we have a good secondary. Trust those guys, and I'll say this too, minimize mistakes. No free first downs for Fort Gibson. Play smart, come play, ready to go. So the Mustangs are set here and ready to kick it away, and we are playing football on Friday night on the road at Fort Gibson. Good return for the Tigers out to about the 29-yard line. So the Mustang defense will come out and get started.
All right, so it's going to be really interesting at the very beginning here. They've got a big offensive line. They got a couple kids that are, 6'5", 6'8", close to 300 pounds, and they move pretty well. So it'll be interesting to see how we do on the interior. I think that's going to be a big key for tonight. And obviously then also with the quarterback, keeping him in the pocket on those pass plays, that'll be really important as well.
They've got some big guys on both sides of the ball, but the Mustangs really do think they've got a good chance tonight to sneak into Fort Gibson on their homecoming and be the spoiler. All right, first down and 10 for the Tigers. Pitches outside, kind of a screen play, and he'll cut it back inside for a gain of about 4. Bring up second down.
And that's actually their starting running back, so he was split wide there.
Kind of an extended running play, if you will, for the Tigers. Brings up second down for the Mustang defense. Beautiful night tonight. A little warm. We kind of had those cold Friday nights early. Oh, boy, Aiden Gaines right there got his hand on one. And then that's going to bring up a third down situation.
All right, so right from the get-go, they've already changed up some things since the early season. Number 2 was their starting running back. In the last 2 times, he's set up in the slot. So number 23 is their running back right now.
All right. Right now. Okay, so the Mustangs are going to decline that. Probably a good call because that's going to bring you up to a third down play for the Mustang defense.
This number 7 is really good over the middle.
"13 seconds left on the play clock, so the Tigers have plenty of time. Again, here's where you got to trust your secondary. Oh, man, he got behind him. Yep, he got behind him. Isaiah kind of got caught looking back.
Yep.
And number 7 slipped out into wide open field. And so the third play from scrimmage, Fort Gibson will put 6 on the board.
The kick is up and good.
Man, this is really what you do right now really going to set the tone for the rest of the night, Todd. It's really important that you play the next play. That you got bit. They're going to try to do that all night long. I still trust our secondary, but come out. Honestly, the most important thing they can do right now is get that first down.
Exactly. Don't try not to do a 3 and out. That's what we need to go against for sure. Yeah.
All right, here comes the special teams unit for the Mustangs, and the coaches are wearing got a little pink on their shirt for breast cancer awareness. It's a big week going all across the United States. Mustangs are on the road with the light colored jersey with the white, blue pants, gold helmet. Tigers strike early. Good crowd on hand. Of course, it is their homecoming. Fort Gibson's relatively new to our district. They have, in years past, kind of played with the Southern District where they kind of take on Poteau and Hilldale.
Pooch kick.
How about this, guys? Come on, good return. Good setting this up. Great.
Good job.
Out to the 47-yard line. You don't get much better field position than that for your first possession.
Oh,
First and 10 coming up for the Mustangs.
Absolutely, and that's a great. They thought they might catch him, on that pooch punt or pooch kick, and we had a good awareness there for sure.
All right, here comes the Mustang offense under the direction of the freshman quarterback, Brock Lustig. And I'm telling you, Todd, he, as a freshman, I know the game has to slow down for him. I understand that, but he throws a really nice football.
Yes, he does, and he's got a strong arm. I'm just really impressed with him. I'm anxious to see how he does with this defense.
All right, Aiden Gaines going to go in motion. They're just going to hand it off up the middle. I think maybe a gain of a yard for the Mustangs. It's okay. You're just kind of test their defensive line, kind of look to see what they're going to do with you. And so Mustang offense coming up second down.
It seems like their two interior linemen, their job is to kind of take on 3 or 4 of those linemen so their linebackers can get in there and get the tackle.
Second down, 9.
Got plenty of time on the play clock. 15 seconds left to play. Quick screen out to Aiden Gaines. Let him do what he can. Think he's going to get a couple of yards with forward momentum. Going to bring up a third down and long situation, maybe a 3rd and 7 forthcoming. Lane Brown back in the booth tonight. Lane, we missed you last week. Glad to have you back. Help keep an eye on the stats and help make this thing happen.
Yep, good to be back, guys.
Beautiful Friday night for football.
100%.
All right, big third down. They're showing blitz. Oh,
there
come on.
Go.
How about that?
5
At
yards.
least, yeah, you're going to help yourself out, get out of a 3rd and long situation. Now it's 3rd. Very manageable.
They've got such strong guys up front in that middle. I think we're probably going to have a better shot at trying to get outside, get around these ends.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2. Be interesting to see. They may just they may bring pressure again. Man, if you got an opportunity to beat somebody. Oh. Man, that key to the game about stay off the ice. And, boy, just kind of shot yourself in the, I know those guys wanted that one. Man, he came off of that block, and he wanted to make sure his guy didn't have anywhere to go. While we're kind of early in the game, let's talk a little bit about who you got. Todd, we'll start with you. Who do you expect tonight to have a big night for the Mustangs?
I'm really hoping that Barron Reed can
Reed Barron, yep.
Reed Barron, sorry, I always get that backwards. I would love to see him be able to be utilized over the middle. Such a big body. And, tight ends are the quarterback's best friend, like they say.
3rd and 7, pressure coming.
Ooh. And that kid right there, 6'8", 260, a junior, they are saying that he is being highly recruited. So as a junior, pretty big boy. He showed some quickness right there, too.
43-yard line. 4th down.
Man, I couldn't really see close enough to see how he grabbed him. It looked like his head turned, like there was a face mask in there. You heard the Mustang faithful kind of hollering about that. Whew. Boy, number 65, a big, tall guy, kind of put some pressure. Stay away from.
Nice bounce.
Yeah, good. That took a great Mustang bounce down to the 25-yard line. So 1st down and 10 coming in for the Tigers. That first possession didn't really go the way you wanted it to. They gave you an opportunity with a 3rd and short. And then the Mustangs, Todd, I think tonight for the Mustangs to come away from one of the top teams in this district with a win, things have to go your way.
Yeah, they do, because we're outmatched in terms of manpower necessarily. But you know what? We got fight, and that's what you need.
Don't want to shoot yourself in the foot with penalties. You want to play smart, and when you get frustrated, don't play frustrated. They're just going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to get into the 2nd level.
Tackling is going to be key.
Corey Hutton carries the ball across the 30-yard line to the 31.
Man, one of the Mustangs got pushed way back into the backfield. That all kind of happened right in front of the referee. That's twice. My blue glasses feel like a flag should come out, but it didn't happen. So, second down. Man, that's
nice play.
Twice the Mustangs have been able to knock one down. Number 12 for the Mustangs, Maddox DeVilbus, who played with his hair on fire last weekend, was able to get his hands on that. Who you got tonight? I'm going to go with Micah Chang. Micah he plays both ways, but really just a veteran guy on that line, brings a lot of experience, and I think tonight the Mustang offense is going to lean on him, kind of hand the ball, follow behind him. So that's who you got. We'll come to you in just a second, Lane, with your thoughts on who needs to have a big night tonight. Handoff for the Tigers goes up the middle. I believe he'll get the first down.
Yep.
So that'll move the chains. All right, Lane, who you got tonight to have a big night?
Yeah, I think wide receiver Aiden Gaines has to have a big night. We got a young freshman quarterback in there, and so he needs someone that he can throw to and trust. So I think that we need a big night from the junior.
All right, there you have it. Mustangs are first down and 10. The Tigers are first down and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. Going to bring a man in motion, kind of watch what the Mustang defense does as they slowly shift this way. Quick screen out. Nothing there for them.
It seems like one of their emphasis is trying to get their running back turned wide receiver out into space.
Cash Keys was the receiver. They'll say a gain of 2. Second down and 8 coming up for the Tigers.
That running back, number 23, is just a sophomore. They've got him listed at 5'9" and 180. So he's pretty well put together.
And off up the middle, gain of 9. That'll be a first down and 10 for the Tigers as they move the chains.
Carries the ball to the 43-yard line. Fort Gibson is good for a Tiger. First down.
Another long pass.
Pass intended again for number 2. They've targeted him several times tonight. Cash Keys. Incomplete, brings up second down and 10.
Second down, 10.
They're going to run these. They're going to run a lot of deep balls because they want a deep ball. They want to throw it deep, but they also want to wear out our secondary.
Right.
When you get fourth quarters and they're running you 20, 30 yards down the field on every play, Mustangs are going to have to roll a lot of fresh legs in just to kind of keep up with that. And off up the middle, Maddox DeVilbus will bring you down. 23, the ball carrier, Corey Hutton for the Tigers. Move the chains, first down and 10 for Fort Gibson.
Saved a touchdown right there.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Good for a Tiger. First down.
Our linebackers met him in the hole. They just couldn't get him down.
All right, new set of downs for the Mustang defense. Ball up to the left side, gain of 6. Bring up second down. They're at this point really just kind of going behind that big offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Todd, just kind of doing what they want to do.
Right. Well, if you watch that offensive line, they block until the whistle. I mean, they keep after it. They may be down the field 10 yards if they're still blocking.
And that'll move the chains again. First down.
The ball carry across the 30. The 29. Direction is set on the 30. That's good for Tiger. First down.
Might be a time when they look for number 11 across the middle. They haven't done anything like that yet.
A little bit of pressure coming for the Mustangs. He'll get out of it. That's the second touchdown of the night for Brody Henson. And 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. I told you, Todd, Fort Gibson is good.
They are.
I really kind of anticipate them to kind of win 4A3. They handed Wagner a really big loss when they played them. And the Mustangs were going to have a perfect night. Things go their way. So far, you kind of catch yourself in a hole.
Yeah. Well, when you got him in the backfield, you just got to get him down.
Kick is up. And it's good. want to thank our great sponsors that help make all of our athletics happen. American Bus, providing transportation needs from 9 to 90. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, trusted for their experience, chosen for their care. Raising Cane's, a popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement, and I can testify they were on fire today.
They were. Very good.
Me and the boys, we stopped in at Raising Cane's, and that's a fantastic chicken on our way in here. Appreciate their support. They are always great partners with a lot of our events, do a lot of hosting for us as well. All right, 5:37 left to play in the first quarter. Mustangs in a hole. You really need your offense to come out and be productive. You need to get a first down. You need that passing game to kind of come alive so we can open up your run game for you.
So we can get another good return here.
You set yourself up fantastic with special teams play last time. They really just kind of pooched it. I think they were trying to keep it out of the hands of Aiden Gaines, Contreras, and Maddox DeVilbiss in the backfield. And, hey, if you guys don't do that again, we'll take it.
Absolutely.
We won't turn it down.
They're going to come to this other side this time, looks like. Kind of lined up that way. See if he's ready. That's good.
3 for the Mustangs on the return. Got a couple of yards out of that. Isaiah Contreras.
Looks like we have an injury in the offensive line. Looks like number 62 is getting his ankle wrapped up. That was Alex Lobaugh, one of our tackles.
Hopefully they get him back. Definitely need a big night from him. Thanks to Mid-America Feeds, highest quality livestock feed and service right here at home. Our official halftime sponsor, Armstrong Bank, working right along beside you for more than 100 years. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics.
Oh, man.
Boy, guys, you got to settle in. Man, you just can't start behind the chains. You just can't start behind the chains.
Start against Oologah. 5-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 40-yard line. First down, 15.
He's the one in for Alex there.
All right. Tigers show blitz. Mustangs have time, 12 seconds on the play clock. I think they are gonna check that. Oh no. The ball's on the ground, and man, the Mustangs have really had a rough start tonight. You can see on your screen there in front of you, just kind of got twisted around. Ball popped out of his hands. He's a young freshman quarterback, improving. The game's got to slow down to him just a little bit.
Yeah, he was really trying hard to get it out there on the flat there.
All right, with 5:29, there's a little phrase called Mustang magic. You need that. You've had some moments where their quarterback has made some reckless throws, and some of your guys in the secondary have been able to get a hand on it. Mm-hmm. What if?
Right.
I'm a praying man. What if
yeah,
Mustangs could create some magic right here? You really need something to happen, a stop or a turnover, or you're going to find yourself 3 scores down.
When you're playing against a team that is man-wise is a little bit better than you are, you've got to take, when you have an advantage, you got to take it.
There's a flag on the far side of the field. Number 7 again, the receiver, Brody Hansen. We'll wait to see it's hard for us to see because we're on the visitor side with our folks, and the official will make that call to the far side.
So illegal man downfield.
Okay, well, we'll take that. That certainly helps the Mustangs out just a little bit.
Absolutely. The reason why the flag was way over there on the other side is the head linesman. That's his job to watch those interior linemen. Whereas the line judge over here on our side is watching where the ball is, making sure it doesn't cross the line. That helps because that was a big play.
All right, first down. They're behind the chains. As I was talking about, the Mustangs need a little help. They got it. We're back at the 45-yard line where he takes the snap.
Oh, called him down. Oh, headline judge or head or the back judge just crashed.
We've got whistles going everywhere, Todd. You're going to have to, as the former official, you're going to have to explain what's going on down there. Good luck.
The 20-yard line tripped him as he was coming in. So the back judge, he's obviously looking at the receivers. So something happened on that back end. It
Was
came
there
in
a
late.
I don't see a flag.
It came in late.
So there is a flag.
Yeah, he threw it about 20 yards. And usually when they come running in like that, they want to make sure that everybody catches it. So it looks like it's going to be a.
After the play, personal foul on the offense.
That's going to be a big one. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so the down counts. The down counts is second down, and that's another 15-yard penalty.
Man, when you just had a turnover, gave them the gift. You know, they were at the 35-yard line, had been able to score quick. Now you've got them back on the other side of the field.
Yeah, here's where the defense can bow up and get the ball back for their offense.
All right, this is third down and forever.
And watch number 7.
Or
He's
second down and 30, correction.
He's their speed guy.
Yeah.
There's 11 across the middle. They love that play right there. He's
Come on,
big.
guys, wrap him up, bring him
Yep.
down.
Yep, that's
Took
a
a
good play,
couple
though.
of guys to get him down. One slowed him, and then a couple of those other guys in the secondary were able to come and help.
They list him at 6'2" and 210, so he's a big boy.
I know Maddox had a hand on him. I don't think he necessarily completed the tackle by himself, but we'll get partial credit on that. With 4:39 left to play in the first quarter. Third down and long coming up for the Tigers.
And he's just a sophomore, if this sheet is right.
Ten seconds left on the play clock, so they've got plenty of time to execute the play. Pressure coming.
Yep, he got in there.
He got in there, but it's
Big
not a
fourth down.
first down, so it's fourth down. I would imagine where they are, unless they have a really good kicker. And my guess is since they've been pooching those, they probably don't have a kicker that's going to put it through 50 yards out or whatever that kick would be. So I would imagine they're going to go for it.
I was watching, and they were talking about how the first game of the season he just missed a 40-yarder, so he does have some range.
He's got some leg on him.
But
okay.
this is a little outside that right there.
Terry Daughtry back in the lineup for the Mustangs. They're going for it on fourth down.
There
How
we
about
go.
that? That
There we go.
defense.
Good play. Getting your hand up. Good play. Way to go, defense.
And
there was a penalty, illegal procedure. Had 5 in the backfield, but they declined that, obviously, for get the ball back.
all right, so Mustang offense. Man, whew, Todd, when they started that possession, I was like, we really need something. And how about that?
Yeah, that's
Mustangs
good.
got a little help. Fort Gibson playing a little too energized, really kind of a penalty that kind of hurt him big time. And Mustangs just played calm, confident defense and got to stop. That's got to build your confidence as your offense is coming back out on the field. Coach is really doing the best he can to limit dual-way players. Obviously, you want your best kid on the field, like an Aiden Gaines is going to be playing 2 ways. Sam Hogue's going to be playing 2 ways, but they're really doing their best to minimize that because they got 4 quarters to play. Brock will overthrow his intended receiver just a little bit, and that's one of the things he's going to – I know that he's nervous. I know there's big guys coming. As he ages and matures as a quarterback, that's going to get better. He's going to calm down, won't have so much juice on the ball. Throws a great pass.
Yeah, he does. He does. But those passes that sail, that just shows you that he's just overdoing it just a touch.
Hand off. Good gain of about 6 on the play for the Mustangs.
You know, Brent, because of our defense has been on the field so long, I would really I know the coach likes to go fast, but I'd really like to see them take that clock down, significantly, so it gives them a little bit more time on to rest on defense. I mean, we got 26 seconds on this.
He picked up about 4, so that brings up third down and 6. Fort Gibson helped you last time by jumping off sides. If Brock can kind of vary his count, it certainly help.
Got Aiden one-on-one out here.
I think he's gonna get really, really close.
He was down. No fumble. There's that Reed Barron. I really think he can make a huge impact. Like I say, he's got such a big body and long arms. Just get the ball close to him. He's going to catch it.
Mustang's going to go for it. I like it. We talked about in pregame about just let it all hang out. Just you're playing a bigger team, and just you might can even get them to jump off sides here because they are antsy on that line. You got 5 seconds, so I think they're going to take a timeout, and we are going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back. More Mustang football right after this.
Mid-America Feeds, located in the heart of northeast Oklahoma, right off Highway 169 in Talala. They deliver the highest quality livestock feed and service. Mid-America Feed supplies over 30 feed dealers across Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. And with bulk truck hauling up to 24 tons, they'll deliver straight to you.
We offer full service options, including custom mix feed, dealer support, and more. All built to meet the needs of cattle and horse operations with unmatched quality and reliability. Stop by the store, where you'll find feed and supplies for animals of every size. Mid-America Farm and Ranch is your cattle, horse, and pet headquarters.
Mid-America Feeds delivers excellence from the heart of northeast Oklahoma straight to your pasture. Give them a call, 918-275-4292. Visit their website at midamericafarmranch.com, where quality meets the land. Mid-America Feeds, highest quality livestock feed and service.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson, America. The Mustangs at 4th down and 1, and they jumped. Man, you're going to have to execute and keep from shooting yourself in the foot. We talked about that.
I think they had a game on, too, because Sam was back there to punt it. I think he was going to try to run it.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty disappointed when that happened.
Mustangs will have to punt this one away. Lane Brown, you watching any fun statistics for us on the other side, like how many yards that Fort Gibson has amassed here in the first quarter?
Yeah, they've amassed about 150 yards.
Woo, they've had a great first quarter. My
yeah,
goodness.
they've had a pretty incredible first quarter.
It'll go out of bounds, I think, on that side of the field. We'll see how
So
far
he'll
he
start
runs
walking.
back up. Yep. Was that Tucker that punted that? Did you guys catch that? My apologies, folks.
I'm sorry, I didn't either.
No, I was following the ball. You said Sam, but I don't know that Sam has done much punting.
I think that was Tucker.
Tucker, yep.
Yeah.
All right, Mustang defense back on the field. You got to stop last go-around. Gibson just going to hand it off up the middle. Man, there was a hole big enough, Todd, you could have run through that.
I don't know about that.
Looks like a gain of about 8. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. You had to be shifty back in the day,
maybe 40 years ago.
Here, the Stallion Battalion in the background. They're competing tomorrow at Bixby. We'll march about 12:30. Big competition down at Bixby High School as they prepare for their opportunity to compete at OSSAA and then OBA. Those are just coming up in the next couple of weeks. Got some really cool stuff to talk about here in just a minute. Man, he's a slippery bag. Number 23, every time he gets it, he's picking up 5-6 yards.
Well, yeah, and you're seeing now why he's moved back there and moved number 2 to the wing. And number 2 is a good player, too. I watched some film with him, and he's a good runner as well, pretty quick.
1st down and 10 coming up for the Fort Gibson Tigers. Mustangs at home next Friday night. We'd love to see in the stands. Homecoming last weekend when Miami came to town. Mustangs got a great district victory. And the stands were, man, impressively full. Hand off to Hutton around the left side. It's like a gain of a long 3. We'll see what the scoreboard says. I know you're maybe an aunt or uncle or grandparents or friends that are traveling couldn't be in the stands tonight. Maybe didn't make the road trip to Fort Gibson. Glad to have you along. Share that on your social media. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, certainly invite you to do that. And then that way when Oologah-Talala High School goes live, you can see all the action that's happening. A lot of times we will stream volleyball games, and man, our volleyball team playing with their hair on fire. They've got some really good stuff to talk about in a minute. Softball won a big game today. We'll get there as well. All right. Pitch and catch over the middle. Number 3, Dawson Stevenson.
Number 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Cash Keys. Yep, you're right. Just like that, the Mustangs in a 3-score hole with 34 seconds left to play in the first period.
They're just getting behind us really, really easy.
Yep. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised by that, just with the speed and athleticism of our secondary. That's kind of our veteran group. We've seen it even against the bigger boys like Collinsville and Claremore, just those coverage sacks where the secondary could run with those receivers and quarterbacks didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
That just hasn't been the case tonight.
Well, both of those boys are really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yep, number 7 and number 2. I was looking at their roster here. You know, we were told that they're a pretty old team, and like there's a lot of seniors.
Seniors on that, yeah.
There's only one senior on the line. All the rest of them are sophomores and
really?
juniors.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and I've given this theory before. We live in an open transfer. You get one free transfer. And Fort Gibson's kind of in a unique spot because they're down here, not really by themselves, but kind of by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Muskogee's close. Salisaw's close. But, I mean, Oologah is a 10-minute drive within 4 or 5 different schools.
Right.
And so it's a lot easier. And I fully believe the Mustangs will be on the benefiting end of the transfer rules with OSSAA. Fort Gibson probably is pulling some athletes from smaller A, 2A, 3A schools. Benefit from that.
Now, see, one of the things that they're really kind of bad about is they push the envelope. They have gotten a lot of personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing, those kinds of penalties.
Did they throw a flag there?
No, they didn't, but they sure could have.
That's going to get them.
Mm-hmm.
In a game where it's close,
yeah,
they're used to being able to just like try to intimidate you and manhandle you.
Right.
I don't know that against Cushing or Grove, if they're in a close game and they're playing that way.
Yep.
And I've been able to do this all season.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cost them. You've got to play discipline, and you've got to treat every opponent. That's the thing about Nick Saban is he expected perfection no matter what the scoreboard, no matter what the opponent. Little screen pass out.
It's a good
down
run.
The sideline, but I believe he's going to get the first
good deal.
down and 10.
Awesome. That's good. Trying to get him on the edge. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Yep, get Sam out, use him almost as a receiver coming out of the backfield. Ball spotted down at the 34-yard line. First down and 10 coming up. Mustangs with 3 receivers and a tight end in this set. Fort Gibson bringing pressure every play. Sam made him pay for it right there.
Set up his blocker really well that time. Good job. Good run by Sam.
Great awareness by Sam. It's going to move the chains. First down and 10 by the Mustangs. He kind of really got out of a pile there, had some open space in front of him, and that's going to bring us – no, I thought that was going to bring us into the quarter.
It will. They're getting ready to start the clock back.
Fort Gibson called a timeout.
Oh, did they?
Fort Gibson took a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back with Mustang football right after this.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
All right, here we go. The last 6 seconds of the first quarter. Mustangs has been working this play. Hand off to Sam Gilride. I think maybe going to get about a gain of a yard, and that will bring the first quarter to an end. Going to take another timeout. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
They are recognizing a veteran of the game here in Fort Gibson. And one of the neat things about this community, it is the oldest town in Oklahoma. We talked about that in the pregame. And has a national military cemetery here, which I thought it's really, really cool. I've had the opportunity to do a funeral there. And tonight they are recognizing military veterans.
Several jumped that time.
False start on the Mustangs. That'll back us up. Man, you're just really going to have to get out of your head and play really clean to give yourself a chance. Stay off the ice. Don't let this thing slip away from you with penalties and holdings. And now you're behind the chains. Mustangs are lucky to get 2 and 3 yards a carry. And so now you got to get 15 to get to that first down.
Right, and you know we got some offensive linemen that are upperclassmen, and they really need to gather around that sophomore and just help calm him down a little bit.
Yep.
He's just way too juiced. They need to just say, "Hey, calm down, watch me." You know.
We got you, brother man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, one receiver far out. Aiden Gaines in motion. Pitch to Sam.
Oh, they're going to do it.
He had space. Just couldn't get the ball to him. I mean, kind of an option, kind of a unique option play that Sam had that man out, and Aiden possibly could have made a guy miss. But instead, Mustangs will go backwards. 3rd down and 19 forthcoming.
Sam probably took one step too many, thinking maybe that guy's going to commit.
Yes, exactly.
And
big 3rd down in terms of yardage. Big 3rd down for the Mustangs because you'd really like to get out of this. Almost a predictable pass play. If you could get Maddox or Aiden could catch free. Man, they've got room to as well. Good ball. Man, that's a good pass. Just overthrew his intended receiver. But, man, that's going to get there.
Yeah.
That's going to come down. Uriah Hook's the intended receiver.
Makes you wonder if Uriah wasn't supposed to run a flag, what we used to call a flag, and going back toward the corner of the end zone.
All right, Mustangs will punt this away.
Get it off clean.
Woo.
Got another good bounce.
He's going to try to field that one. I believe we've called his name a lot tonight. Cash Keys.
That was a smart play right there.
Our softball team today won a big game. Actually, so the undefeated in districts. What they won today will now send them to basically a super regional.
So today was like regional champion.
Was like regional champion. Yep,
yeah,
regional champion. So
that's awesome.
They sometimes call them different things. So they win next week in that. They'll head to Oklahoma City to be a part of state.
Wow.
And so
they're playing really well. And that little pitcher,
she is something else.
She's a fireball.
And she's young. She's got lots of good years ahead of her. So congratulations, Coach Robertson and his coaching staff, and Mustang girls, they've worked really hard, had a good season. I saw him Wednesday morning and asked how practice was. He goes, man, the worst practice of my whole coaching career on Tuesday. I said, man, bad practices mean good games. That's kind of how that works.
I'm going to say something real quick about their offense. Because they run those double tights, a lot of teams will keep a tight end in so they get better blocking. But they trust those 5 big guys up front so much that they send all 5 guys out. So a lot of teams don't do that. So as a defense, you've got 5 guys you've got to try to cover.
That will take him backwards, I believe, a loss of a couple. That running back just didn't really have anywhere to go. So Mustang defensive, really after those first 2 possessions, they really kind of clammed down. I don't want to speak too soon. Find some to knock on. But they really kind of clammed down the run game just a little bit. Now Fort Gibson's been able to beat him over the top. Mustang showing a blitz.
Here they come. Get him. That's where you got to get him. Nice. Another one of those tight ends coming across the middle. They love them coming across the middle.
Great pressure there. I think Guerin was the one that kind of caused it, got some help finally on the left side. Guerin leads the team in tackles. And, man, what a great addition to this Mustang defense. Brings up 4th down. I would imagine this is very predictable 4th and 6 that they're going to punt it away. So the Mustangs have been running with 2 guys back. Now they're just going to leave Aiden Gaines back there. Fort Gibson Mustangs are just playing it safe. Make sure they don't try to fake anything.
Wow, what a kick.
Good punt.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty. He didn't give him a chance to catch the ball. Wow. I'm surprised by that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Coach is saying, hey,
I'm good.
He was in the zone.
I'm gonna
call a timeout.
I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna be positive.
He's wanting to call a timeout because
he wants an explanation.
He wants to go talk to him because they're not supposed to be within a yard, and he was definitely closer than a yard.
Man, I thought I had the instant replay on that, and my apologies. Coach wants to talk to.
He's going to talk to the white hat. They generally won't send a guy, one of the crew, to talk to the coach. That's usually not a good thing.
Let's talk volleyball real quick while we're watching. Finished their regular season 24-11. It's one of the better seasons that Mustang volleyballs have had. They are ranked in the state. They will be hosting regionals next Wednesday, and they play Locust Grove, 10 o'clock. And if there's any way that you're available and could be in the gym to help make some noise, that would be fantastic. And then if they win that, they'll play the winner of Lincoln Christian and Catoosa, which both have really good softball programs. But congratulations, Coach Paya. They have had a really, really good season. Volleyball years and years ago was a thing for the Mustangs, like won a state championship in 61 and 65. We're trying to do some research to find out when's the last time that Mustang volleyball actually made it to the state tournament. And it's been a hot minute.
Been a minute, yeah.
It's been a minute. So also congratulations, Coach Paya reached her 100th win.
Congratulations.
So that's a big deal. Man, this team has been fun to watch and really have just had a successful season. So next week, a big week. Would love to see them get out of regionals and head to state. Sam didn't like his explanation. Sam, I'm with you, brother, man. I'm with you. There should have been 15 tacked onto that, but I also realize that I bleed Mustang blue and gold.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't necessarily in that sense, but I think it wasn't a good no call. Say it that way. There we go. Keep on him. Oh, boy. Oh, that's a face mask.
Well, they haven't called anything.
Did they call one?
I'm very calm.
Yeah,
very calm.
Yeah, they did. They called a face mask. And even though that was he didn't really yank him in high school, there's no five.
There's no incidental.
Right,
or
it's
whatever,
it's a
however they
15-yard
define that.
penalty either way.
Edwin Evers Pecans, you can taste the difference grown right here at home. Ballard Homes, let them help you find your next dream home at Armstrong Bank. You can bank with confidence. Handoff up the middle, big hit. They're also trying to strip the ball away. Carter Miller's name called on the PA system for the tackle. Second down and short coming up for Fort Gibson.
This is Carter's first game back.
Ah, man, had him. And he will slip into the end zone. Todd, that's unfortunate because you had the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
And controversial call. I mean, it's certainly controversial enough that our coach called a timeout and wanted an explanation of why you didn't do something there.
Yeah.
They get the turnover, really short field, and able to put more points on the field. That's very unfortunate.
It is, and it's kind of really hurts your confidence.
Kick is up, and it's good. All right, Mustang offense. Don't know that there's a 28-point play, but you have an opportunity to kind of start crawling your way back into this. Just complete a drive. How about burn 4 minutes off the clock? How about let's get a couple of first downs? Play with your head up. That's one of the things he really instills, and all the coaches instill in their players, is just play for the guy next to you and play with your head held high.
Right. You got to have some pride in what you're doing, and they do. It is hard though when you're down like this to not feel like you're defeated. It's kind of human nature, I guess. But we can make a big play right here and kind of get that back for us.
Fort Gibson set to kick it away. Kind of a big pooch kick. He said, I'll take that.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Get up. I don't know who that is. I can't tell who that is. Holding on to his knee.
And the Mustangs have a guy down on the field, and that's not good. We don't have any room or time for that. Not necessarily time for that, but like just a small roster.
Mm-hmm. They've kicked off 4 times and kicked off 4 different ways.
Yeah.
I guess they do that so that kind of keep the offensive team kind of on the, wondering where's the ball going to go. You can't set up a return because you don't know for sure, if he's going to kick a right, left, in the middle, pooch, kick it off. It's just kind of keeps you on your toes as a receiving team. That's number 36, Cade Stick, junior tight end defensive lineman.
He's up and walking off really under his own power.
Yeah.
Here we go, Mustang offense. Second one he's overthrown tonight. Like the play, it was there.
Oh, now we got a penalty.
Told him, he's going to get him. Let's see what the white hat calls.
Going to call it on number 55. He's their big senior. 6'1", 280. football is a tough sport, but you got to play smart. You can't be thinking you're going to headhunt all the time, and that's kind of what he does. He's a good player. He's strong and pretty quick. So you got to know when to pull up.
Burns Propane, providing propane to the greater Oologah area for over 20 years. Ball on the Fort Gibson 49-yard line. Mustangs 1st and 10. And off up the middle. Good carry. I believe he'll gain 5.
There's Carter. I believe that may be his first carry of the season. He's coming off a knee surgery. Really good to see him out there.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Pre-diabetes does. With early
sure anxious to get out there and play.
All right. 2nd down and 5 coming up. 3 receivers in the set.
You got to
get on that, boys.
Get on it. There you go, Michael Chang.
My, who you got?
Yeah, came up big there.
Came up big there. Oh, boy. 3rd down and a long, I believe 17 coming up for the Mustangs. Lane, we just keep going backwards.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 250 plus offensive yards in the first half to our 30. So
Ball start.
They cleared the 220 in the first quarter.
Yeah. Man, that shifting on the defensive line, as an offensive line, you got to play discipline. Because it'll get you. And Fort Gibson's doing exactly what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's causing you to jump. It's causing you to think the play started. And
yeah, the key will be, as when those guys move, they can't make any noise. In other words, they can't what would be like doing a signal like a
false whistle
what
or something.
I'm trying to think what the word is, but like you say, sometimes words are hard.
Words are hard. Man, their defense is fast.
They are.
That number 24 came closing in fast.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't really anywhere for Brock to go. And, of course, the receivers were covered up and didn't really have anything to throw at. So 4th down, 21 coming up for the Mustangs. I believe Tucker Rogers will be on to punt it away. And he has done a pretty good job punting the ball tonight. We've got a couple of good Mustang bounces. Kind of help flip the field.
Mm-hmm. And number 65 has been getting pressure in there. He's just so big.
That'll get just a little bit past the original 1st down from where that drive kind of started.
Yeah, right. About 4 yards.
Yep. So the 35-yard line, a tired, a frustrated Mustang defense has an opportunity to come out, make something happen. Coming up at halftime, we'll broadcast the Stallion Battalion Marching Band. You'll unfortunately have to see it from kind of the back side of the field because in tradition they typically march towards the home press box, helps them prepare for their competitions. We will carry it its entirety. Their show is done. Was talking to Dave Smith, one of the band directors today. Quick screen out to the right side. Boy, he had plenty of cushion.
That's what happens when you get beat deep. You give them enough cushion and then they just throw that quick out.
Flag down on the play. It's over on the 40s on the far side. We'll wait to see what the call is. Going to watch the white hat. Okay, that'll help. Holding on the offense.
That'll be a good one. be 4th down and 15.
Oh, boy. Got an angle.
Oh, did he drop it before he? Is he going to call that backward? He is. He is. He's going to call that going out of the back of the end zone. That's not going to be a touchdown.
They're waving it off.
They're talking about it. If he fumbled that ball into the end zone, that's our ball, the 20-yard line. Yep, they're calling it.
How about that?
Yeah. Woo. That's a hustle play right there, Brent.
That's a hustle play.
Who was that? That was that was Isaiah, number 3. Really, really good play. Really good play.
Was 3 coming from the inside? I want to say it was the guy that was trailing in.
Yeah, it was.
That might have been Hooks.
I think that was Uriah.
Yeah,
oh, was it?
I think
Okay.
that was Hooks that kind of jabbed for the ball, knocked it look. So
kind of dove at the last
minute.
minute.
Good job, Hooks.
Yeah, we definitely want to call the right name.
Handoff, no gain on the play. Actually, they're going to say lost about a half yard.
Don't kick it up. Oh, man.
Maddox, and again, quarterback's throwing a little bit anxious, putting a little too much juice on it. Maddox kind of tumped it up in the air. Number 24, I believe, for Fort Gibson, Braden Kreiner intercepted that and turn of it. Now you just kept a touchdown off the books. Had an opportunity here to kind of turn the tide and then turn it over. Boy, young players grow up quickly, especially in games and situations like this. Brock will learn something there, you know.
Yeah, well, but yeah, it wasn't a very good pass, but
Right.
but you don't tip it up toward the
That's right.
middle of the
Yep.
field either. But he was just trying to catch the
He
ball.
was just trying to get his hand on the ball. Yeah, absolutely. All right, got a bunch. Well, they're going to spread it out. He's going to go under center. Kind of a quick
That's a quick
screen
pass.
out.
Oh, number 55. I didn't hear them announce that he was an eligible receiver, but we're on the far side over here, so we can't tell.
Stevie Vafeus was a big dude, man.
Yeah.
Just going to tell you.
I think they list him at, 6'1" and 280? Yeah, 6'1", 280.
I think Carter had him early, and Carter just bounced off of him.
Yeah, he just ran right over him. Well, Carter's not a very big kid.
Right. First down and goal coming up for Fort Gibson. 4:17 left to play. There's a flag. They'll back him up 5 yards.
Game against Fort Gibson, 5-yard penalty. Let's fall back to the 9-yard line. First and goal to go.
All right, quarterback going to go under center. Going to screen out number 11 wide open.
Good tackle.
Knocked out of bounds. Gain of about 3 brings up second down and goal from the 2, I believe.
That was Aiden out there. Good tackle.
Here, Contreras' name called on the PA system.
Well, I thought for sure it was Aiden. It's hard to see those numbers this far.
It is hard, yep. Hand off up the middle. They'll flash the lights one more time, friends. It's been a long night for the Mustangs. Been a long night.
Well, we knew coming in that this team was pretty tough, and obviously we're seeing that tonight. They're going to make a good run for the district for sure.
With 3:40 left to play.
It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't make a decent run, in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're big, and they've got some really strong players at the skill positions.
I apologize. I'm going to tell you, our broadcasting equipment, I could fry an egg on that thing right now.
It's really hot in here.
It's hot in here. And so if you lose us, we apologize. We'll do our best to get the stream back up and running. But we can have a meltdown here in just a second.
It's actually a nice night when you step outside. It's the wind's blowing nice. The guys are doing a good job on the cameras, looks like. Always appreciate them. High school students putting in their time to give you the best that they can possibly do, and they're doing a good job.
They're kind of fun to
tonight.
hang out with. I'm going to be honest with you.
They
That's
are.
my favorite part is just the van rides over.
Yeah. Teenage boys never change. It's a lot of fun.
They're just hanging around with a bunch of unks, a bunch of old guys.
Right. Get on the ball. They got it.
They do it for a reason.
Yeah, we talked about it. Keeping them off track on what they're going to do. We didn't have anybody in that hole. That just puts our defense in a tough spot. We've got a few younger guys in there. Looks like we got number 44, Jaden Copeland, freshman, in there at right tackle.
Quarterback has plenty of time going for a deep ball. Nothing there. Good coverage by the Mustang secondary.
Yep, had decent coverage back then.
Give you play-by-play what's going on in the booth. We're actually trying to move a fan. It's the most Oologah thing I've seen all week. Trying to move a fan to get it to blow on our broadcast box because it is really hot. It's actually not. It could lock up also any minute, so we're trying to see if we can cool that off. Note to self: bring a box fan. Handoff up the middle.
Well, that was a big-time delay right there.
Yeah, just kind of wait for that line to make a lane. Carter Miller called his name several times tonight. I think he was the guy that finished the play for the defense.
Yeah, he's back there playing the safety position. Ball start.
That'll back them up 5 yards. Not that they don't already have good field position, but you got a lot to work on in terms of special teams. And Fort Gibson pooches that ball on purpose. They want you second guessing where they're going to put it, and man, that time it worked for them.
Well, they just really like that two tight end set.
Another delay up the middle. Gaines had a chance to put hands on him. A couple other guys will jump in, bring him down.
Carter's doing a good job coming up. Carter Miller coming up from that
we
strong
called his name
safety.
A lot tonight.
He's not afraid to stick his head in there, that's for sure.
Caden Fisher in helping on the tackle as well. Second down.
Oh, there's a false start, number 55. Yep.
Flag down on the play. So that'll back him up second down and 10.
And he was pulling, so he wanted to get around there and get that linebacker cut off.
Well, it's hot tonight, Todd. 3-4 weeks from now, it'll be a little bit different temperature.
We'll be hoping we were going to be wishing we had heat, right? Stay after him. Stay after him.
Pass intended on the right side, incomplete.
We had good coverage again there.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
So let's hold him right here.
With 2:04.
Those of you watching on our broadcast, you can see how big they are on that right side.
4 seconds. They're going to have to hurry to get this off. 2-1 play clock almost to 0. Handoff to 23. Around the right side. Flag down on the far side. I thought that was a hold, and I think that's kind of where they throw that.
Yep, that's what they're going to call. Good eye there, Brent. So.
Well, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Mustangs at home next Friday night. All right, 3rd down and long for this Fort Gibson offense.
That ball went from the spot of the foul because it was past the line of scrimmage, and the ball went past the line of scrimmage, so that's instead of going back to the previous spot. That's why we have a 3rd and 19 as opposed to a 3rd and 20.
Kind of a screen out to the left side.
Good tackle.
Uriah Hooks had a couple of big defensive plays tonight. One there really saved a touchdown. Minute 24 till halftime. But at halftime, going to let the Stallion Battalion march. I believe they will march first. Kind of courtesy to let the visiting band march first, so we'll let you enjoy that. Close game to the south of us, Salisaw and Broken Bow. Broken Bow on top 21, Salisaw 20. Ada Poto tied up at 21.
No, they just got tangled up. Good no call there. Yeah, that's a good no call.
That was a good no call, and that was a turnover on down. So the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
From the stands, people always want to, holler about that, but that's just one of those things. It happens, and, you don't want to penalize a player just because you get their feet tangled up.
Interesting score of note in 4A3, which is our district. Grove, number 6 in the state, is at Cushing, and Cushing's on top, 24-14. Be interesting to see how the Cushing-Fort Gibson game pans out. That could be the 1 and 2 team in the district. Sam around the left side. Going to give him about 1.5 yards. Wagner on top of Miami, 14-7. Skytook on top of Catoosa, 21-0. Glenpool's at Hilldale. Glenpool 0-4 on the season. Hilldale's only 1-2, 21-7. Hilldale on top.
Hilldale played Fort Gibson pretty tough.
Did they really?
Game. Yeah, they did. I watched the first half, and it was a tight game. And of course, Hilldale's a little bit smaller school. I think they're 3A. I think. Are they 4A?
Yep. I think we're all in district play at this point, so I think they're in 4A2, which is right below us.
Okay.
And I believe that is going to send us to halftime. I'd like to take a break, I just can't.
we got a player down. Can't tell who it is, but one of our bigs.
Looks like center Lane Oliver.
I thought that might be who it was. I couldn't tell for sure. We've had a couple injuries already. Number 62, Alex, is already out for the game. He's sitting over here on the bench.
Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. The Mustang broadcast crew, and you can see the Stallion Italian making their way onto the field, and we're going to let you just enjoy this halftime.
marching band. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Fort Gibson Royal Regiment. Tonight, the Royal Regiment will be performing their 2025 competitive marching band show entitled Streets Come Alive. The show will feature solos by Larkin Carlson, Brenix Daniel, Sophie West, Peyton Reynolds, Dara Colley, J.D. Hodge, Aiden Brown.
Dreaming of building your
No new taxes. On Tuesday, October 14th, the people of Oologah-Talala Public Schools will be asked to vote on a new bond issue that will improve our facilities campus-wide, add technology improvements to every age group, and add much-needed transportation vehicles for our students. This bond will not raise taxes. The many different project improvements will address safety and security, expansion, modernization, and will invest in a lot of our extracurricular activities such as athletics, music, agricultural education, among others.
My name is Brent Kellogg. I have had the opportunity to be the president of the school board for the last several years, and I'm a proud alum of Oologah-Talala Public Schools, class of '93, Go Mustangs. I think it's really important because public education in Oklahoma has changed, and we almost live in like a free market where people have a choice in education. And I think it's really important that Oologah-Talala Public Schools be competitive.
My name is Kendra Adkins, the Assistant Superintendent here at Oologah. This is my 18th year in the district. We spent a lot of time talking to teachers, talking to sponsors and coaches. We went to every single building and had meetings at each site to talk about the things that they felt like would make their classrooms the best for their kids. That's where our priority was.
At the high school, the improvements start on the exterior, where we will create two separate secure entries that serve the gym and auditorium versus the main high school. This will keep our instructional areas separated from our activity areas for security reasons. The main gymnasium will get an updated raised seating bleacher system that will be more comfortable and accessible for our fans while increasing the safety of our players by separating the seating from the court surface. The auditorium will be updated with new lighting, audiovisual equipment, seating improvements, and overall updating throughout. We will also address stormwater drainage problems that have plagued the back of house stage area for years. A new concession area will serve both the gym and the auditorium in their common lobby.
My name is David Wilkins. I'm superintendent here at Oologah-Talala Public Schools. This is starting my 5th year. We have our high school remodel, which the high school has been around for a long time. Auditorium remodel in there, getting new sound equipment, new lighting. The front foyer, getting an update to that. Our library media center, which is due for an upgrade. That and the commons area, kind of that whole area through the high school being redone.
I am a huge book lover, so I'm very excited about the renovations to the high school library media center, seeing what we can do for our kids who enjoy reading but also use that space for other things. We have a lot of students that take concurrent classes, so excited for them to be able to use it for study groups and things like that. I'm also very excited about the auditorium updates. That's a space that is amazing for our kids, but also for the community. People use that for a lot of different things. So updated lights and sound, new curtains, just kind of a remodel. I'm excited for that too.
A roof replacement will be installed over a significant portion of the high school to fix persistent leaks that have increased through the years. In addition, we'll be getting new heating and air systems throughout our high school where needed. New furniture will be purchased that will better serve our students and their learning needs. We will be renovating some of our restrooms to ensure ADA accessibility while also updating them for cleanliness and efficiency.
It really is time for us to bring our high school up to comparable to what's going on in the area around us and even what our other buildings on campus look like.
The improvements at the middle school start with a new storm shelter that is connected to our main building. The storm shelter will serve all of the students and faculty in the middle school, but will also help to expand our music program, adding much needed space to our choir and band areas.
I think the project I'm the most excited about is the storm shelter at the middle school. Having been a principal in the upper elementary, I know that that is not ideal what we have right now for those kids having to leave that building in bad weather and cross over to get to the storm shelter. So I am really excited about them having their own on-site storm shelter for when they need to use it.
We have a very competitive jazz program, and our middle school jazz facility is being upgraded, which is much needed because we've just outgrown a lot of that space because of the success of those organizations.
We will be building a new 12,000 square foot middle school gymnasium and classrooms that will be located north of the updated parking lot.
Our plan is to add a middle school gym. Our middle school students won't be going over to the upper elementary for gym class there. That keeps 8th graders away from 2nd graders throughout the day. They'll have their own area, and within that there'll be several new classrooms. Our middle school is full as far as classroom space. So this will add a couple of classes to the middle school where we'll be able to expand or move people around and have a little more comfort there.
At the upper elementary, we will replace the flooring in the gym and renovate our music room, cafeteria, and select restrooms. At the lower elementary, we will be adding playground equipment, repair the roof where needed, install heating and air in the gym, and add a covered canopy on the south side to keep students dry in inclement weather during pickup and drop-off. Our athletic department will see many big improvements, starting with an expanded and renovated athletic center. A new 17,000 square foot gym and wrestling facility will be added to the existing building, while major renovations and updates will take place in the existing spaces that include locker rooms for baseball, softball, girls wrestling, and girls soccer. We will expand and renovate Mustang Fieldhouse, adding over 2,300 square feet while updating the existing 5,300 square feet. We will be combining and upgrading our baseball and softball fields, adding artificial turf, new bleachers and press box, sunshades, and a new backstop netting. This renovation will ensure a safer and more comfortable experience for players and fans alike. We will build a storage building east of the football field that will allow us to keep equipment out of inclement weather when not being used.
A new scoreboard at the football field, some updates to the baseball, softball facility.
It's really important for our athletic facilities to be competitive, and
you can see the Fort Gibson Brigade performing their halftime show. They will be competing tomorrow This is like Todd. This is heavy marching band competition. They're just as busy in the fall with all the different things that they have going on. And Fort Gibson always has a great marching band, great program. Typically, they come to our Stallion Battalion Invitational. We had last weekend. It was a great turnout as well. So, all right, you got some stats for us we want to take a look at. Fort Gibson had about as good a first half as you could have. The Mustangs had about as bad a first half as you could have. And so, obviously, coaches have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, well, we offensively, we had 40 yards total offense. Fort Gibson, Fort Gibson had 370. So the plays, Oologah had 18 offensive plays. Fort Gibson had 37.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to keep up defensively when they're having the ball that much. The time of possession isn't too far off. They had it about 14 minutes. We had it about 10 minutes. So not too bad with that, but not a whole lot to look at, really. Brock is 3 of 7 for 17 yards. So not a lot to go by offensively.
I'm an optimistic human. If things go well for you as a football team, you could keep this game competitive. That just hasn't happened.
Right.
You've shot yourself in the foot. You've had some turnovers. Man, they're big. They've got some big guys on their roster, and I mean Fort Gibson has played a well first half. These coaches, though, however, have got them coached up. The adjustments at halftime, I can only imagine.
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
No, I'm harassing them as they're climbing through the ladder right behind us. So,
I think that we'll see some second and third team players come out after probably a couple series. A lot of these teams who have some aspirations for postseason, and certainly Fort Gibson has some really strong, can make a really strong effort this year for the cup, but or the gold ball, I guess they call it now. They have to come out and use their guys, because when they get into the playoffs, they're going to have to play 4 quarters. And so while they could probably pull all of their starters and still be fine, they don't want to do that because they're going to lose. Then they would lose their conditioning and all of that. And so they've got to. I think we'll probably see them for at least a couple series.
You will see that. I mean, it's 35-0, but Fort Gibson they'll bring their starters back. They'll want a couple of good possessions. Mustangs, your goal now to get out with minimal injuries.
Right.
Skytook's a very winnable game for you. Catoosa is a very winnable game for you. I think Wagner's a very winnable game for you. You beat those 3 teams, you're in that 4 spot. Now you're probably playing an Ada or a Poto or even a Broken Bow in the first round of playoffs, but you've made postseason play.
Yeah.
And I think with the youth of this team, with 4 freshmen in your starting lineup, a young quarterback, kind of a smaller roster, I think you make it to playoffs. That's incredible progress considering you didn't win a district game last season.
Oh, absolutely. If this team can get into the playoffs and play in that first round, that would be a huge, huge step in the right direction for Coach and these players.
So Ada's the number 3 team in Class 4A, and I imagine, there's a big game tonight at Poto because both Ada and Poto are 4-0.
Okay.
So that game is at half. Ada leads 28-21. So I would imagine Ada comes out of that kind of in the top spot in 4A2. Broken Bow has something to say about that because they're 4-0.
And who are they playing tonight?
And they're playing Salisaw,
okay,
who's 3-1, and that game's 28-20 at half. So, I mean, mirror games, 28-21, 28-20 down there. And so I'm looking for some other. Elgin 4-0. They just hammered Elk City. Elgin always pretty good, man. They're a similar program to Poto, Broken Bow. They're kind of a big school that's off alone by themselves.
Okay.
So they're going to be the magnet that's going to attract athletes from smaller schools.
Smaller communities.
Now that you're in a transfer place. Again, I feel like Oologah can benefit from the OSSAA transfer rules, just because you'll have kids that, like Guerin, that played at Bartlesville but would get, he's now the leading defensive player for the Mustangs.
Right.
You'll have kids from Owasso, kids from Collinsville. I was talking to Caleb Branston, our basketball coach. They've had a couple of kids transfer in that will be able to help the roster. Okay. And so I feel like where we are as a 4A school, a kid that would probably be a bench setter at Owasso is looking for that program where he can go make a contribution. We feel like Oologah's that place where he can make that contribution. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you got to realize, too, that some of these smaller schools that are really close to us, a Chelsea, a Nowata, even Sequoia Claremore.
Right.
Those schools, if we got our program, back strong again like it was, not too long ago, it's going to be one of those places where people that are the stars on those smaller teams will want to come up for more recognition and that kind of thing.
We played the Bond video a minute ago, and I do apologize. Our computer is overheating, and so we have very little control. Like, we're lucky that you're getting to see that right now. So we're doing our best to kind of make it through. Grayson Atkins is, I think he's praying more than he's punching buttons over here. But we played the Bond video that is coming up in just a couple of weeks, and that's really important for all aspects of our community. But our football program will benefit from that. We're going to get a big scoreboard out of that. We're getting a new locker room. And Todd, I don't know if you've ever been to the locker room, but
I haven't.
It has been a hot minute. And so if you've got a kid that's considering looking at places to go play and compete, we want to be that place.
Yeah.
We want to be that choice. I bet the Mustangs will cover that one this go around. Good field position to start about the 38-yard line. They'll start 1st and 10.
Brent, on that note, it used to be that conversation was about the colleges. We want to be able to get up and now it's moved down to the high school level where you've got to have good facilities to draw, which is kind of weird for me as an older guy to think of it in those terms, but that's what's happening, and so that's the reality. So you've got to step up to that reality.
Your podcaster invites you to tune into Game on Faith Edition podcast. Chris Kaiser with FCA and I. About every other week or so, have an incredible guest. Sometimes he and I will just chat, and we've talked about how at every level the game has changed. College football, even to some extent, almost feels unrecognizable. Sam going to get around the right side. Will kind of be stopped, but I look like maybe a gain of 7, maybe a long 6 on the play.
Carries the ball around the right side.
Looks like he stepped out of bounds there, so it's going to be
gain of 5. Looks like we'll
5,
take it.
Yeah, absolutely, take it.
Great first down yardage, leaves you very second and manageable.
It's a good beginning play right there.
And college football has just changed. In our state, Mike Gundy, household name in the state of Oklahoma when it comes to college football, right? And he's no longer the head coach at his alma mater.
Yeah,
the game has just changed so fast. Aiden Gaines around the left side, boy, he was hit hard.
Hit hard there. That linebacker came up,
but he's going to pick up a yard.
Ball carries Aiden Gaines.
To bring up maybe 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. And high school's changed as well. So Bigsby High School, if you just go search it or whatever, have an incredible locker room. Like, it's the 3rd best locker room in the state of Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, I've been over there. I've been in Owasso. I've been at Union, for refereeing clinics and things like that. And, man, their facilities are top-notch.
So you have to, and that's part of what our desire was with the bond issue. You want to be competitive in the state of Oklahoma.
Ooh, that could be a backward pass.
Fortunately,
Ooh.
They're going to whistle it dead.
So Coach was wanting that.
Down. Yeah, he was.
He was wanting that.
Just, I think, kind of a miscommunication on the far side receiver as to where he was supposed to be. Defender kind of blew through that. So Mustangs will punt. Man, got a great first down. Weren't able to do much on 2nd, 3rd down, incomplete pass, and Mustangs find themselves punting again.
Good kick. Give us a bounce.
Mustangs
There we
have
go.
really made some ground on those bounces. They've been able to just kind of pick up a few extra yards. So back to the bond issue, it's not just for athletics. It's not just for sports. We literally have the best FFA program in the state of Oklahoma. If my computer was working, I would show you a program or show you a picture. They've been at the state fair. One of our students had a really good state fair with his showmanship and was showing. But all of our buildings are going to be upgraded with this bond issue. It's a big deal. Pass complete, kind of a screen pass out to the right side, enough for a first down. Case Ward had reserve grand champion intermediate market sheep showman, so congratulations to him. A lot of other kids have a lot of things going on at Tulsa State Fair. Our 3 ag teachers have been busy the last 2 weeks.
And well, then you have our band, as we had a false start there on the Tigers.
One of the things I'm excited about in this bond issue is a safety room or a storm safety room for our middle school kids. So we have 2 shelters. One is off the main cafeteria, which really has been designed for high school, upper elementary, middle school. A lot of times to cram 3 buildings into one storm shelter was just a lot to ask of that facility. Come on, buddy. Man, they are letting them play.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually adding on a safety room to the middle school, so middle school kids won't have to go outside. Trying to see what's going on.
Looks like the Tigers have a player down.
Injured player down.
Yep. I can't see who it is. Coaches are in the way there, but it might be number 11, the one that caught the ball. I don't see him standing there. So
like 11, yep. Man, it's a warm night tonight, too. Cramping could be.
Yeah, cramping could definitely be a situation. Well, I saw Terry kind of limping around there. He's there. He's coming back out there now. But even look how he's running. He's holding that. He's holding that left leg really stiff. So
ow.
Yeah.
He's almost. Right. Ow. I feel you, brother. If you've ever had a Charlie horse wake you up in the middle of the night.
Oh gosh.
Woo, it's like electricity flowing through your body.
Yes. Good to see him get up and move around. It's a cramp. You see how he's walking. Keeping that toe up. Well, those do hurt.
All right, second down. 4 coming up for the Tigers. Mustangs show a blitz. Somebody jumped a little early. Flag down on the play.
Oh, no flag. I'm not sure what they were doing, but why they called it. Okay, good play. Third down here.
All right. Third down 5 coming up for the Mustang defense. They're going to say the pass is complete. That'll be a first down for Fort Gibson. And Mustangs, we've had a first down tonight, but it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Can you check that?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right, first down at 10 for Fort Gibson. Handoff up the middle, kind of met. Gain of. He's still going. He got out of there. Goodness gracious, got to finish the job. Maddox DeVillips will bring him down. First down 10 coming up for Fort Gibson. Goodness gracious, you're playing tired, playing frustrated.
Trying to sub in some guys, keep them somewhat fresh. Got a lot of guys limping off. It's probably some sore muscles going on there. Well, they like following those big
Boy,
pulling
they
guards, don't they?
Yep, gain of 4. Second down, 6 coming up. Fort Gibson just been able to really just run the ball and then beat you deep.
That was actually their left tackle coming out there, number 55, pulling there. Getting big in the hole there.
3 receivers in the set for Fort Gibson. Kind of a delay. That has really worked for them. Just kind of holds long enough for the line to open up. Jaden Copeland in on a part of that tackle.
You know, that's probably one of those plays where he has the opportunity to pull it if he doesn't like what the line looks like.
I believe Aiden Gaines on the tackle. Good gain of 7 for the Tigers as they just march their way down the field. There is a man down on the field, so a quick
Tigers,
timeout.
Number 51, Davis Perkins, 6'4", 230 junior. Wonder what their basketball team's going to be like. They've got some tall dudes on this team. I would assume that many of them play basketball, as big as they are.
Their basketball team was huge last year.
Yeah.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Did that number 65 play? His name is Cooper. Was it Cooper?
Cooper Hackett?
Cooper
I think
Hackett.
so. I think I remember that name. Yep.
He was
6'8".
He stood in the paint and let you have it.
Yeah. You know, Lane, from our vantage point, is showing that he's 280 or 260, but he really doesn't seem like he's got a whole lot of fat on him at 6'8". You've seen him up close and personal.
Yeah, that dude is strong.
Yeah.
I will. You don't want to get in the way of him. So.
Saw Carter Miller's dad at halftime and talked about Carter taking on number 55.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, he's gonna have to wrap that one up at the legs."
Yeah, and I was mistaken. He actually did get to play a little bit last week. I didn't realize. I don't remember seeing him in there. His dad said that he had just got in for a couple plays on defense, but this is really his first significant action. Seems to be doing good with that knee.
Second down, forthcoming for Fort Gibson.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Good play out of the box. That's good.
Good awareness by a quarterback. Their quarterback that I believe played last year for them transferred. And so Kaysen Davis is a sophomore. He's had some good balls, had some disconnects.
You know what, though? That ball should have been thrown past the line of scrimmage. And that obviously didn't get past the line of scrimmage. That very easily could have been a intentional grounding call.
I have opinions.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's
be short.
I think he might have gained about 6 inches, so that's going to be 4th down. 1 coming up. They didn't move the stick much, so Fort Gibson's going to go for it. Mustangs show a blitz. Plenty of time for Fort Gibson to kind of make adjustments.
I think he's got it. Yeah.
Carry gets across the 10-yard line.
So, official Todd, I need you to explain something to me.
Mm-hmm. I'll try. No problem.
So, like on this play, you've got offensive linemen that appear to be set, and then they stand up out of that.
Yeah. As long as they don't touch the ground with their foot.
Okay,
with
so
their
they
hand.
can bend over, but as long as that hand, they don't go full set.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. That's why most guards go down in a 3-point stance, but a lot of tackles nowadays stay up basically have their elbows on their knees. That's you almost always see that, unless it's like a goal line situation.
Pitch and catch on the far side. What was impressive, Isaiah Quinteras there really, once he caught that ball, just wrapped him up.
Yep. no yards after catch, which is a big deal. My son just texted me and said that number 65 at Cooper Hackett, right now he is the number 17 player nationally and is signed with OU.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So thank you for that, Tyler.
Touchdown on the board for Fort Gibson.
Powers his way into the end zone for the Tiger score.
You know, with him being that big, he gets to OU, he'll weigh 330.
Oh, yeah, you get those guys in that.
And he's just a junior.
Where that's all they do.
Yeah, and they'll feed him.
Eat and exercise.
Yep, feed him like a you know a head of beef.
Ball down, kick on the way. Snap was a little bit boggled, but he was able to handle that. We'll go through the uprights. And Fort Gibson will add on 42-0. Cushing comes to town next weekend. Mustangs will have a lot of work to do to get ready for this one. The following week is fall break week, and Mustangs will play on Thursday night, the 16th, and that game will be at Catoosa. Catoosa's always a fun, close road trip for the Mustangs. Mustangs typically travel well. I'm going to bring one of our camera guys online. I don't know if, let me do this. Maxon, if you can hear me. Are you up there, Max?
Yes.
You're live with all the fans on YouTube, and you had the opportunity to go take a college tour this weekend, or this week, actually.
Yes.
And you went to the beautiful facilities of Oklahoma State, and what'd you go look at over there while you were there?
We went on a tour of the campus. We also looked at their sports media room.
How about this? The Mustangs with a good return. Knocked out of bounds about the 43-yard line. And so you went into the Paul Miller School of Journalism and Broadcasting and considering a degree or a program in sports media broadcasting, eh?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's why being a camera guy is a great experience for you.
And you're doing a great job.
Doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yep. No, Oklahoma State, because I'm alum from that very program. It wasn't a sports program then. It was just journalism. But they have done a really good job. News is still a thing, but it's not what it was 20, 30 years ago. But everybody's broadcasting every sporting event. And, you know, ESPN and Fox Sports and a great career path. And so Oklahoma State has really done well looking into the future and seeing that. So, Max, good luck to you. Hope you enjoy that.
Thank you.
And I might let Max come down and call a quarter.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. He's not interested. Second down, 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Man, I really do. I have had incredible students, incredible crews over the last few years. And one of the biggest crews I've worked with, of course, we were all new. And, man, I appreciate your patience because sometimes we've had technical issues. Last weekend, just had end around for the Mustangs.
Here we go.
Aiden
Get out there, get out there.
He's going to get that first down.
All right.
Drag a tackler for 5 extra yards. So the Mustangs will get one of their few first downs of the evening. Little trick play, and it worked.
We got some second and third teamers in here now for Fort Gibson on defense.
Let's get that goose egg off the board.
Yes.
and just kind of give you something to build on. Brock, pass complete. Another trick play to Sam Hogue.
Well done. Well done. I think that's our third first down. or maybe fourth.
That's our fourth one.
Fourth, okay.
Fourth first down. We'll take it. Tried to catch the instant replay, and my apologies. My director's about to fire me over here. Sam on the screen out to the left side. Oh, just lost his footing.
Just trying to get him on the outside there.
Yep.
Because there's just not a lot of room on the inside.
Not much there. No gain on the play. Second down, 10 coming up for the Mustangs.
That number 52 has been packing up the middle of the whole night. Caden Ford, 6 foot, 275.
I like it. I like the aggressiveness. You got to do something. Because running it between the tackles really not going to be that effective for you. So trying to open up the playbook.
Well, crossbuck there. Ooh. There's that guy I just mentioned.
Sam a little bit slow to get up. He's been beat up a little bit, so you want to, you can't afford to lose him. 25 seconds on the play clock. Got time here to come to coach, have the conversation about what you want to get called. Third down and long coming up for the Mustangs. Mustangs taking their time here, want to get it right, but you can't take too much time. Sam's probably watching the clock. 3, 2, 1.
I'll try to do it again. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Should be.
Well, they didn't whistle it dead till it was down here.
Well, I guess he
had possession, maybe pitched it. Yep.
I guess that's a football move if he's trying to pitch it.
Got somebody down on the far side.
There's another one of our guys.
Is that Chang? Micah Chang on the far side?
I honestly can't tell. I can't see who it is. Let me get my... get my little binoculars out here.
With the timeout on the field, we're going to take a quick break. Be back with more right after this.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Oh boy, he looks like he's in pain. Bringing him across. He was my who you got. Played really well tonight. He's played just kind of a veteran offensive lineman. Works hard in the weight room.
He's a good kid, too.
Good kid.
I see him at church occasionally. Good young man.
Hate that for him. Hope that it's nothing more than just a stinger and can get him home and treated, because he'll need him back next week for Cushing. All right, Mustangs, 4th down and long. Man, they're just able to bring pressure all night long.
Party at the quarterback.
Poto and Ada tied up at 28. Cushing now leads Grove. 31-28. Actually, I think they're still, I think they had the lead last time we talked about that. Tulsa McLean on top of Stillwell. 35-22, good for McLean. Wagner handling Miami 28-9. Sky Took all over Catoosa 35-0. Sallisaw Broken Bow still a good game, 28-26 in the third quarter. Broken Bow on top. First and 10 coming up for Fort Gibson.
Oh, yeah, gonna get a face mask penalty.
Just reaching and grabbing. Take a look at some other scores around the state, especially in the Tulsa area. Some of the bigger guys that played big games, they're all into their district games as well. Putnam City Choctaw, big game. That's in 6A2. Choctaw is number 2 in 6A2. That game's 21-14. Putnam City on top. Spolpa on top of Bartlesville, 21-14. Bartlesville's just had a rough go this year. Stillwater taking care of U.S. Grant. Sand Springs all over Capitol Hill. There's, in 6A2, there's just a handful of games throughout the season that are close. That's the words are hard. That
right.
Are close that I'm trying to look for, so. Broken Arrow on top of UConn, 28-7. Jinx on top of Norman, 27-0. Owasso on top of Union, 31-9.
What has happened to Union?
I really do think a lot of those athletes are south in Bixby.
Yeah.
And even in possibly in Jinx, Owasso.
You know, they were the king of the hill there for a while,
well,
but Bixby
Bill Blankenship was there, absolutely.
Yeah, Bixby has just taken over.
No, yeah,
they're the number one team in the nation.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Their quarterback is, I think he's special.
Quarterback in trouble. Going to be sacked for a loss.
And that's still their starter quarterback.
About 40 seconds left to play here until we head to the fourth. Everybody still has their timeouts. Mustangs will be on the air next Friday night at 6:30. Handoff, just kind of waits for the hole to open. Spins his way out of a tackle. Number 4 for the Mustangs kind of grabbed him at the feet. That's Garen Dennis, lead tackler for the Mustangs. Bring him down. So 4th down and 5 situation coming up for this Mustang defense. Be good to get a stop here. And that'll take us to the 4th quarter. We'll take a quick timeout. I'll be back with more right after this.
Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Going to have our first punt of the month, or of the game tonight.
Yeah, Fort Gibson punting for the first time.
And they don't know what to do because they haven't done this yet.
Gaines is back for the Mustangs.
Got a false start.
Be a good one.
Hear the sounds of the Stallion Battalion marching band in the background. It takes a lot to make a Friday night game happen for a traveling organization, from band to cheerleaders, and we put a lot of buses and vehicles on the road.
And they do such a good job.
Boy, that's going to take a Fort Gibson bounce. Goodness gracious.
Probably about their 16 is my guess. Let's see. Oh, no, he called it in 10. Back judge. He said, I don't need no help. I got it.
Keith Stunt goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line of Oologah. First and 10 for the Mustangs.
All right. Mustangs coming out with the ones. We've had some guys injured, so you've got a variety of different guys that are in there playing as well. Garen Dennis is actually in there on offense. He'll line up on the line.
We got a timeout. Fort Gibson.
Going to take a timeout. I asked Coach this week about Garen because he just plays with his hair on fire as a defender, leading the team in tackles. And I said, will we see him on offense? And he said, yeah, you'll see him sometimes come in on the line situation.
Yeah.
Catching the ball's not his jam.
Right. Well, he's
Right.
so important on the defense. You want to have him, full strength.
Yeah, because offenses pay attention where he's at. Offenses pay attention to how he's stunted, where he's lined up. And but just with some injuries on our offensive line tonight, and I think we've had a couple of guys go down. Michael Chang sitting on the table.
Alex is down still.
Yep, I think Reed Barron is down. So Mustangs actually coming out of tonight pretty beat up. Grayson, you got any eligibility left? No. You're just going to punch the buttons. So. All right, first down and 10 for the Mustangs. That Fort Gibson defense is bouncy.
Okay, nice play.
Pitch and catch on the right side. Going to spin out of bounds, but I think he's going to get the first down, Todd. First down and 10.
He did a good job tiptoeing there. I thought he stepped out of bounds a couple times. Excellent job.
That's where he is such an asset, both offensively and defensively, just because of the things that he can do.
Now, here's something small, but when you have a team that is expected to compete for a championship, whether that be districts or even the state, even the little things, even when these guys come in that don't ever get to play, if they don't play well, the coach calls a timeout and just rips them a bit.
Right.
Because it's like the expectation is so high. It doesn't matter if you don't ever play. You got to get in there and you got to perform. And I love that. I really, really like that a lot.
I've seen Nick Saban, who literally probably the legendary best there ever was, especially at the collegiate level, when Alabama's up by 50, literally just let guys have it because the expectation.
Yep.
Aiden Gaines in motion, round the right side. I think he's going to gain maybe a couple.
And what that does, I think it sets the tone for the whole team, because even though the starters are over there on the bench, they're still watching the game, they're still involved in the game. And so when they see Coach getting involved with the guys that don't get to play, it just kind of raises the bar for everybody. And that's really what you got to do. I know that Coach Noble is going to be doing that as well as he gets more players and gets more involved with that. We're going to see that same thing.
I really believe, again, let's go back to you have 4 freshmen starting. Sam Noble around the right side with a lot of green grass. Picked up about 4, I believe. Going to bring up a third down, long 5, maybe 6. This freshman class got some talent. The 8th graders coming up, they're really excited about them. So when you look down the pipeline, and again, you got a quarterback. So part of this year was just making an investment in him.
Right.
So next year, as a sophomore, he will have almost a full season where the game slows down, and of course he gets spring ball.
Right.
He gets, summer league.
Well, and remember, we didn't have a quarterback until like 3 weeks.
Well,
remember, I mean,
right.
they thought they had one, and then he got hurt, and we had to
yep.
put these 2 new guys in, and so they've really done an excellent job in that sense, just getting this guy ready to play.
Absolutely.
You know,
and just give him spring ball, summer ball.
those 7-on-7s are
absolutely.
crucial.
Yeah, and so the game will eventually slow down to him, but then you've got some linemen coming in that sophomores and juniors, and so the future's bright.
Yes.
Last season, and this season's not done.
No,
you
not
do
by a
have
long
a
shot.
legitimate shot at getting into that 4th spot in district. And boy, it'd be great if you could beat Wagner to do that.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, Coach Nobles, he coaches them hard, but there's a respect factor as well. I love the way he coaches. He's just intense. Doesn't let details. You know, he's about the details, but he's got his kids back, which is really, really cool.
All right, Mustangs, 3rd down, quarterback keeper.
Got hit pretty good there.
It's going to be close enough. They're going to move the chains. So 1st down.
I was talking to Brock's grandpa at halftime, and they're just really excited about him getting to play, and the fact that, you know, they're seeing him get better, and he's getting more confidence, and it's pretty neat to see the family, because this is a family thing. You know, we talk about community, and you know, you got families, extended families involved in these kids, and just, you know, wanting them to do well. That could be a
man. I'm going to give Sam Hogue.
There he is again. He's saying, come on, man. He's out of bounds. Yeah, that was close.
Oh, I missed it. The block that Sam laid on the guy in the backfield was huge. Good block. Unfortunately, our shot didn't have that. But kudos to Sam for just kind of creating space. All right, 2nd down and 1. The Mustang offense on the move from right to left with 9:09 left to play.
There is a road laid out.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
We're having some video time. It went back to like the 3rd quarter. So I'm not sure. Are we back now live?
They don't.
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like we are.
Sharp
looks
things
like we
and
are.
smart things.
Yeah. Well, like you said, our little box is working hard. And
yeah.
It's had a little bit of a glitch.
Overheating. If I had some eggs, I'd fry you one. It's that warm.
he dropped his mouthpiece.
Lost his mouthpiece.
I thought he spit there for a minute. I was like, what are you doing?
Pitch around the right side. Did I see Laundry come in? If there's no penalties, it's a 1st down.
That's a good run. Get around the end like that.
I don't see any Laundry on the field.
Okay. 1st down for the Mustangs. Sam Hogue just making it happen with his legs. This coaching staff, of course, new defensive coordinator. Probably the bigger school that he's coached at.
Where'd he come from?
He's been south. He's been down, I believe, Idabel. Oh, if you hadn't asked me, I could have told you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It's a good play there.
Pass complete. Sam Hogue kind of out of the backfield. Good 1st down yardage. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 coming up.
It's a little thing, but that ball was put in front of him so that he could run with the ball instead of having to wait on it. Just a little thing, and the kid is getting better and better each time.
Mustangs have 15 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 5 coming up. Whole defensive line will shift.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I thought so. He held him. Yep. Pass interference.
What a pass. You know, you wish you could complete that and just tack on at the end of the play, but freshman there standing strong under pressure, and that'll move the chains for the Mustangs. 1st down and 10.
And we're also going to have a timeout by the Mustangs.
Mustangs will take a quick audio timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Looking for the perfect snack that's as smooth as it is satisfying? Look no further than Edwin Evers pecans, grown right here in the heart of luscious green country. These pecans boast a smooth, buttery taste with absolutely no bitterness. Just pure, rich flavor in every bite. From our famous jalapeno pecan brittle to mouth-watering chocolate-covered pecans and irresistible chocolate toffee, we got a treat for every taste bud. But that's not all. Check out our unique clothing and hats to show off your love for all things Edwin Evers pecans. Visit edwinevers.com today and stock up on your favorites. Whether it's a gift for someone special or a little indulgence for yourself, Edwin Evers Pecans has you covered. That's edwinevers.com. Place your order today and experience the buttery goodness of Green Country's finest pecans.
All right, first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Sam faked in around. Gain of 14, first and 10.
That was a good play. That was a good block on this backside, too.
Just played this defense the whole game. Man, the best of luck to Fort Gibson. They've got some games. Cushing game will be interesting.
When is that? A couple weeks?
Yep, I'll see if I can pull that up here. I'm going to say maybe gained a yard. Fort Gibson, ironically, lost to Berryhill week 2 in a very close game, 31-30.
Right.
Quarterback going to keep that one. Yeah.
Now, see, that was – did
he
they call it? Yeah, there you go.
That's going to get them. They're going to be in
is.
They've just – I'm not going to say they played dirty, but they have just played a little aggressive, and it's going to get them, and it's got them 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yep. Yep, you just can't do that. When the guy's on the white, you just can't hit him.
So Fort Gibson will be at Grove next week, and that'll be interesting.
Ooh, that'll be a good one, too.
That'll be a good game. And then the last game of the season will be Cushing.
Okay.
With Skytook in between those two. So they've got their 2 harder opponents ahead of them.
Get it.
Touchdown.
Yay, there you go.
Hear the Stallion Battalion fight song tonight. We'll take it. Get the goose egg off the board. Uh-oh. Got to get the right guys on.
They haven't started the play clock yet,
Okay,
so we're good.
We're good. We don't want to boggle an extra point here. So the Mustangs will execute. So they get the 0 off the board, 42-7 with 5:25 left to play for the Mustangs.
Good for their psyche.
Congratulations to the Mustang softball team for winning their regional, headed to a super regional next week. Volleyball hosting a super regional next week. They win that. I believe they go on to the state tournament. It's been a long time since the Mustang volleyball team has accomplished that feat. Coach Paya reached her 100th victory this season. So congratulations to our fall sports in full swing. FFA doing what they do. Band in full competition. They'll kind of go to their final stuff here in the next couple of weeks between the Oklahoma Band Association and the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association. They host big statewide competitions. This band sounds really, really good. It's a little bit smaller than what they've had in some previous years, but technically they sound really, really good. The homecoming parade we had last Thursday, heard them just marching down the street and just really
impressive.
popped. Yeah,
impressive.
Really popped. So appreciate John Matthews, Dave Smith, all the work they do. About the 13-yard line.
Good return. Now see, that could be a unsportsmanlike penalty on number 2. But they won't do it. He kind of threw the ball at one of our players.
Got a Mustang down. That's Isaiah Contreras. He actually got pushed to the ground on that. Like the defender, Isaiah was halfway down and just kind of got pushed down. Don't know if it twisted his knee as he went down. Man, been a rough night for injuries for the Mustangs. Even had a cheerleader get wrapped up.
Oh, no.
Just let the clock run. Let's just go home.
I wonder if there's ever been a study done on the number of knee injuries on grass as opposed to on turf. I remember when it first got going that there was a lot of question and wondering about, because it doesn't give, so your knee has to give instead of the grass. I'm sure there's been a study on it somewhere. I just haven't heard about it.
Kindness Week coming up this week at the middle school. I had a unique opportunity this morning to get to speak to our middle school kids and had a good time with them. Appreciate Miss Dixon, Miss Gibson, the middle school counselor, the work they're doing. They're going to say a false start on Fort Gibson. That'll back them up. Fort Gibson really has played with a lot of penalties. I mean, they have out-talented us tonight. They have been able to just really kind of run the ball when they wanted to. But, man, if they're in a close game, their penalties. Yeah.
They had 9 at halftime, so I don't know how many they got now.
I mean, they put themselves behind the chains several times. Able to get out of it, but
ooh, nice hit.
Go up the left side.
Somebody came in there strong. I don't know who it was, coming from the back end there.
Brendan Bell, the ball carrier for the Tigers.
Who's that, number 40? Baylor Hall, freshman. He came in there with his head down and, man, laid some wood there.
Another injured player on the field. This time it's Fort Gibson Tiger. So second down, I believe second down 12 coming up for Fort Gibson. Hand off again to 4. We'll carry the tackler forward.
Hunter Shondell, another freshman, making tackle, along with Baylor Hall again.
Third and 8 coming up. Oh, they had him.
A hard run.
They had him. Brendan Bell, sophomore running back. He'll move the chains. First down and 10. That was just good hard running on his part because they had him stopped and just didn't able to get him down.
He's listed at 5'10 and 170.
All right, so you've seen Collinsville and Claremore, which are both 5A schools. How would Fort Gibson stack up against them?
I think they beat them both.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
And I saw that Collinsville last week, I think I saw where they're like number 10 in there.
Are they really?
And I was a little bit shocked by that because, you know, obviously they've got some good players and all, but I wasn't just super impressed with them.
I believe that was Baylor Hall again on the tackle. So freshman getting significant snaps with 2:45 left to play.
Xander Sparks back there at safety. Number 24. Timeout.
So I think Sam took a timeout. Take a quick audio timeout. Be right back.
You need school buses, new and pre-owned shuttles, vans, handicap accessible vans, or top-of-the-line coach buses. We've got you covered. We offer a wide range of buses and shuttles, available for both short-term and long-term leases. At American Bus Sales, arranging transportation is easy, no matter the need. Planning a one-time trip? Need a long-term contract? We have your solution right here. But that's not all. We also specialize in selling renovated and customized buses and shuttles, and we buy quality used buses from across the country. Our extensive parts department supports repairs and restorations, ensuring your fleet stays in top shape. For 20 years, American Bus Sales has built our brand on quality and customer care. We're proud to be your full-service fleet provider, committed to safety, reliability, and value. Visit AmericanBusSales.com today and see how we can help you with all your transportation needs.
I believe David Farmer touchdown, wide receiver for that's right. I was reminded that he is kin to Sam Hogue. He's his cousin. So Sam last week in the homecoming talked about in his script of wanting to be a
Oh, look at that. He still got that through.
And he still got that through.
Wow.
Sam wanted to be a college football coach. Well, his uncle is a college football coach. Sam headed to Colorado School of Mines.
They play good ball up there, too.
Oh, yeah. And got a really nice facility. Just was really, really impressive. So.
We'd once again like to thank our game night sponsor, Armstrong Bank, Fort Gibson.
2:20 left to play. Mustangs get a first down. They can pack the bus and head to the house. While you're kind of looking at some final stats over there, Lane, anything, just look for anything that kind of jumps off the page at you, both our side, their side. Definitely been a long night for the Mustangs. Finally here, fourth quarter, Mustangs been able to get points on the board, move the offense a little bit, but that's certainly been against the second string of Fort Gibson.
Nice kick.
We'll go into the end zone. Mustangs will take over first down and 10 coming up from the 20.
Dan Battenfield was that kicker over in the end zone. Touchback comes out to the 20-yard line, first and 10 for Oologah.
Well, it's been a long night, Todd.
It has
really
been.
has been. I felt like if the Mustangs could really come in and play a good, clean game, I felt like they had a chance. And man, they had their moments in the first quarter. Opportunity to get off the field, and then they would get burned deep, and then you get yourself in a hole.
And then it's kind of like an avalanche.
Yeah, it just kind of affects everything. Sam Hogue still giving everything he's got around the right side.
another difference in the programs as they stand today is that looks like they've probably got 10 or 12, 13 coaches.
Yeah.
We got 6. So, that makes a big difference because you can really be focused in on your coaching, and I know Sam has talked about that, hoping to be able to increase his staff.
Oologah around the right side. He'll get the first down and some change.
I like it that he's running so hard. Of course, he always is going to do that. That's just who he is.
We've got some young coaches on our, Wade Bright, I called his football games not that long ago.
Sure, he just graduated last year in football or in
with
college.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And Coach Noble would choose these coaches all over again. The chemistry they have, but Sam's only a second-year head coach.
Yep. I think JD's going to really, really help a lot too. He brings such knowledge. Obviously, a former NFLer and
Baylor Hall of Fame athlete.
Yeah. So, and of course, Coach Sam, he played pretty high level at UCO and
spent some time coaching at Norman. And then came home, was our offensive coordinator under Darren Wagner, and now second-year head coach, and he's got some talent coming.
Yeah,
that's the thing, and I think they've just said, hey, we're going to play some of these freshmen because we want to invest in the future of the program, and as a school district, we're making investment in the future of the program.
Sure.
Pitch and catch.
That's one of those where he threw the ball before he cut, which shows great timing. I love that.
I'll tell you guys what, Fort Gibson, they cleared the 500 in total
Did they
yards
really?
of
Wow.
offense.
That's a good night for the Tigers.
Yeah.
And a bad night for your defense.
Yeah, they've just got playmakers all up and down.
And what's crazy about it is the majority of it came in the first quarter.
I don't know if they're going to get it off. Yep, Mustang's going to give one more opportunity here. Going to try to do something with it.
Good effort there to try to catch the ball.
Thrown out of bounds. That'll do it. Lane, any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, I think we just got to regroup and come back next week and get a dub.
Mr. Todd?
Well said, Lane. I think so. I mean, hopefully we don't have any lingering injuries. The boys that got hurt tonight, hopefully it's just things that they'll get over and be able to come back next week strong. Because we got a tough one next week too, so we need everybody on board for sure.
Well, guys, it's been a fun road trip, folks. We will be on the air next week at 6:30. It's a 7 o'clock kick. Mustangs are at home. If you can be in the stadium, we'd love to have you. For the rest of the broadcast crew, I'm Brent Kellogg. Hope